I might be wrong, but the on a Triumph the full advance is 38 degrees before top dead centre, and also on the XS650 it's also 38 degrees before top dead centre. So I had this old Mark III Boyer ignition, electronic ignition, that I replaced in my Triumph about 5 years ago, I suppose. Must be about 5 years ago. It's been laying around and I've always wanted to try and fit it to an XS, and today I've done that. I've managed to work out how to get it all to go together. And it, fucking hell, this fucking see if you can see these. I think you can see that plug. See if you can see it when I attach it all up. It's got a nice, lovely spark there. I'm going to add a drill to me setup. Hope you can see that. But I'm getting a lovely spark from that setup. So I might actually use that in my bike that I've been messing around with the points on. And I'll have to show you. I'll take this apart and I'll show you how I put it together. It does take a little bit of sodding around. Right, let's disconnect that. Disconnect that. And you will need the largest easy out. You will need the largest easy out tool to get the shim bearing, whatever it is, out of the cam. I'll show you in a second. So let's just undo all this. And I'll show you the cam. What you have to do. Go in there for a minute. In there. Come on. Right, take that off. Put it down in there for now. Take that out. And you find not that one. Fuck me if I fucking forget where I put stuff down all the time. Oh. Right, let me untake that off. few bits and pieces you don't want to lose. I'm probably going to try this out on the over the next week or something. Take it all apart and try it on the XS. Put it on there properly. Let's undo that. Right. First thing to do on this is to take that bearing out of the end of the cam. If you're gonna do this, and I'll tell you why. On the Triumph rotor, there's a lip there, and with that bearing in, it wouldn't go in enough. These would hit these two, or it'd rub up against the bottom of that. So let's take that bearing out using that thing I had in my hand a minute ago. Basically what I've done is I screwed the easy out into it, so it's in there quite tight. Just give it, once it's tied up, give it a quarter of a turn to get it in there really tight, and then I put a bar in the other end and I hit the easy out to get that bearing out. So that now leaves me with that nice big hole there, which is, I can tell you, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Yeah, I might be able to do it. Just 16 odd millimeters, and the end of this one on the Triumph is 1583 or 1580, 15.8 mil. So you can't just put that in there, because in fact there's hardly any movement there, but to make sure that stayed centre, I used a piece of aluminium tube, which that goes in, and this aluminium tube it's got an 8 mil internal diameter hole, and it's 12 mil I believe. Yeah, there's 12 mil outer diameter, and that fits in there nice and snug. There's hardly any movement, and because I took that bearing out, that now sits in there so much further. It doesn't rub against the housing, so that's alright. All I do on the other end is just a large washer, a split washer and a nut, which will clamp this up tight on the cam. So you could probably, there, so that runs around with the cam. On the Triumph one, I had to cut these slots out there so that you can get to go around these parts here, and you need a couple of standoff spacers to go under there, and these are M6 in the middle, 6 mil in the middle by 10 mil. I think they're 11 mil and 11 mil. Don't want any longer than that. So basically they go in there. I need to slightly widen these holes a bit on here to make it a bit more freer for the bolts. And that spacer goes in. Take that off. Put the other one through. And then you've got your spacers, and then you just screw them in. But what you have to be careful of, let's just screw these in a bit. I'll put it on the wrong way around, don't I? I know. Only thing you've got to be careful of is to get this thing right in the centre, so that when you see it hit that. So basically nip them up, not sort of like overly tight, just enough so that it gets a grip on it. And use, what I've done is I just used a big screwdriver just to move it round either way until they miss. And then do them up. Hopefully it doesn't move when you're doing them up. Keep trying it. So yeah. There, so you've got your plate all set up. Yeah, so that's basically how I set the plate in there in the rotor. So, there's a couple of little holes there. See, there's two little holes there. Basically, what Boyer is saying is, stick your magnet. Have this loose so you can twist it. Once you've got your bike on top dead centre. Is have this loose so you can turn it around till the magnet is being shown through the hole. If it's anti-clockwise, it'd be this hole. If the cam goes that way clockwise, it'd be that hole. So you set your ignition up, so you move your cam around or move your rotor around till your magnet's on that hole. Tighten the bolt up the other end, and jobs are good. You're away with a mixer. There's only one other thing that you need to do if you're going to ever do this. Never know, somebody might do it. Is this little plastic? These little plastic covers here. You just sort of trim the plastic off because it stops this cover. It stops this cover going on. When there's plastic, there's the extra bit of plastic sticking out there, you can feel it hit the cover. But if you just trim them bits of plastic off, then jobs are good on that. So, how I set up an old Triumph Mark III Boyer ignition on an XS650. So yeah, I think I'll give that a go actually. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. So I could actually give that a go. I bet you're all itching for me to do it now, aren't you? Itching for me to stick it in the bike and see if it works. You know what? I think I might just do that. Yeah, so now I'm on the XS650 with the Triumph T140 electronic ignition. Took a while to do the wiring. I managed to put the TCI unit under the seat in the where the tools go. Just wedged it in there. Strobed it all up and everything, so it's all timed up. Oh, fucking waiting for. Feels alright actually. Does definitely start easier than the having the points on here. Have to give it a while, see what it. I think it's got a little. It feels a little bit better on the acceleration than that. But yeah, I might be just imagining it. Have to try it out a bit and go around the lanes or something and see what it feels like around there. It ticks over nice. I did just try and record it with my camera, but the camera said it's full up, so I need to sort that out as well. Here's pop around Brian's. Show him. What else have I done on this? So yeah, I changed the clutch worm screw because I think I think I was getting a bit stiff really. I mean the clutch was alright, but now the lever's really nice. I used the worm screw out of the old casing, so yeah, it definitely feels alright. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.